The Kings River Flood of 2017 in California, Group 1 by Justin Davis. The who and the what. That being the Kings River Flood. When? This happened around June of 2017. And the where. This flood happened along the Kings River in California. Some surrounding areas that were affected and slash or caused the flooding were Pine Flat Dam, Sierra Nevada, and Kings County. The main cause of the Kings River flooding was snowmelts from Sierra Nevada mountains. Some other factors that helped aid the floods were increased heavy rainfall and dam releases from the nearby Pine Flat Dam. In short, the increased temperature caused snow melts, and increased precipitation added to the floods while also overflooding Pine Dam. The magnitude of this flood was controlled in the Kings River Country Club. As you can see in this picture, the oops, okay. As you can see in this picture, the golf course is submerged, completely submerged in some areas, whilst this road to the right is relatively dry. And down to the bottom right, we can see the houses are submerged, but not all of them. So yeah, the flood was relatively controlled to like something you would expect to see in like in a movie or something. The flooding began in 2017. We know that the frequency and magnitude changes as climate changes. Due to the increased weather, the rate of which the snow melted increased, along with the increased precipitation that led to a higher chance of flooding. Some human factors that also aided the flood, as mentioned earlier, was the Pine Flat Dam, as shown here. We discussed in class that dams have a carrying capacity, and when they go over that, there's a risk of flooding. That's what happened here. The increased precipitation led to runoff due to the dam exceeding its maximum capacity, which also aided in the flood. As mentioned earlier, the area that was impacted by the Kings River flood was the Kings River Golf Course, Country Club, and surrounding homes. Around 90 homes were forced to evacuate. Of those 90 homes, 7 of which were damaged from the flood. From this, one can conclude that many people's jobs were affected. Also, the people living there had to evacuate to nearby evacuation centers. The main infrastructure damage was the Kings River Golf Course. Along with that, the country club lost 18 recreational vehicles. The damage cost of the Kings River flood was at an estimate of $1 billion in flood damage. And again, I just want to show another image of to the right. This entire area is completely submerged. I'm not sure what used to be there, but over here you can see the golf course is partially submerged, with this one tiny spot being okay, relatively okay. The house appears to be relatively okay, and to the left of that, the road is completely clear. The waters haven't reached that area. Some steps that were taken in order to minimize damage and potential human harm, as I stated earlier, was people were told to evacuate. Some steps you yourself can take to actively protect your home or property from flooding are sandbags and miniature dams around your property. Although the cause of this flood was mostly natural, having your homes or businesses away from rivers can also prevent this. And I just want to mention a quick fun fact. Whilst looking for this particular flood, I found many other articles about past floods, so one can conclude that this area is flood prone and this flood was not an uncommon event.